My beloved child, your eyes are open. The world outside your window has surrendered to the dark, and the streets are perfectly still. Millions of souls are wrapped in deep, unconscious slumber right now, entirely unaware of the massive tectonic shifts occurring in the heavenly realms tonight. Yet, here you are. You have been tossing and turning, staring up at the shadows dancing across your ceiling, listening to the ticking of the clock, and feeling a rising tide of frustration because sleep completely refuses to come to you. You have been trying to force your mind to shut down. You have been blaming your insomnia on the stressful events of your day. You have been blaming it on the caffeine, on the endless lists of chores running through your head, or on the heavy, suffocating anxiety about how you are going to handle tomorrow. But I am stepping into your room right now to tell you to stop fighting your wakefulness. Stop trying to force yourself to sleep. Your inability to close your eyes tonight is not a medical condition, and it is not an affliction of earthly stress. Listen to my voice very carefully, and let this revelation send a shockwave of holy anticipation through your spirit. You are awake right now because I, the sovereign creator of the universe, have gently, intentionally kept you awake. I have placed a divine restlessness in your spirit. Your physical body cannot drift into sleep because your soul senses something massive approaching, something your logical, human brain cannot yet comprehend. I have orchestrated this highly specific, quiet, midnight intersection because I have prepared a massive, life-altering surprise for you, and I needed you to be completely, entirely conscious to receive the revelation of it. You did not click on this message by coincidence. The very fact that you are hearing the sound of my voice in the dead of the night is your absolute, undeniable confirmation that heaven has a highly classified, urgent delivery with your exact name engraved on it. I want you to feel the atmosphere in your room physically shift right now. I want you to trade your heavy, exhausting frustration for a profound, electric sense of holy expectation. I know exactly how your mind works, my precious child. I know that the concept of a surprise might actually make you feel nervous right now. You see, human beings have been conditioned by a harsh, unforgiving, broken world to expect the absolute worst. Life has ruthlessly trained you to flinch. When the phone rings at an unexpected late hour, your stomach immediately drops because you instinctively assume it is bad news. When a door closes, you automatically assume you have failed. When a season of waiting drags on longer than you anticipated, you assume I have completely forgotten you and moved on to bless someone else. You have lived in a constant, exhausting, defensive state of waiting for the other shoe to drop. You have experienced so much sudden trauma. You have been disappointed so many times, and you have been let down by so many empty human promises that you have built massive, thick iron walls around your hope. You are terrified to get your hopes up. You are terrified to expect anything good because the agonizing pain of disappointment has become entirely too much for your fragile heart to bear. You have taught yourself to expect nothing so that you will never be hurt again. But tonight, in the sacred, uninterrupted stillness of this midnight hour, I am actively, permanently rewiring your expectations. I am breaking the heavy curse of perpetual disappointment off your life. I am telling you to lower your defensive shields, because the surprise I have orchestrated for you is not a minor adjustment. It is not a temporary, fleeting moment of relief. It is a seismic, paradigm-shattering shift in your daily reality. As it is written in my holy word, eye has not seen, nor ear heard, nor have entered into the heart of man the things which God has prepared for those who love him. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9. You cannot even begin to imagine the scale of what I am about to unveil. I want to talk to you about the midnight hour. You have always viewed midnight as a time of darkness, a time of isolation, a time when your fears multiply and your loneliness feels the most acute. But in my kingdom, midnight is the exact hour of miraculous, unannounced intervention. Remember the story of my faithful servants, Paul and Silas. They were beaten, broken, and thrown into the deepest, darkest, most hopeless inner dungeon of a prison. Their feet were locked in heavy, immovable iron stocks. They had absolutely no human way out. They had no money to bribe the guards, and no friends on the outside powerful enough to save them. But at midnight, they did not sleep. They stayed awake, and they began to sing praises in the pitch-black darkness. And suddenly, without any warning, without any logical explanation, a massive, violent earthquake shook the very foundations of the prison. Instantly, all the heavy iron doors flew wide open, and everybody's chains fell entirely off. Acts chapter 16. My beautiful child, does this not perfectly describe your life lately? You have felt as though you are sitting in an inner dungeon. You have felt locked in stocks of financial debt, bound by chains of depression, and imprisoned by circumstances that you have absolutely no human power to change. You have looked at the massive iron walls of your problems and concluded that you are permanently stuck. But I am telling you right now, your midnight earthquake is here. The surprise I have prepared for you is going to shake the very foundations of your limitations. I am not just going to unlock one door. I am going to blow every single closed door in your life wide open simultaneously. And the most beautiful part of this miracle is that it will not just affect you. Just as the chains fell off every single prisoner that night, the massive blessing I am pouring out on you is going to overflow and break the chains of poverty and sadness off your family, your children, and everyone connected to you. You have watched other people unwrap their blessings for years. You have sat quietly in the background, scrolling through the highlight reels of others. You have watched them buy the homes, find true love, get the massive career promotions, and experience miraculous physical healings. And a quiet, weeping, desperate voice inside of your heart has whispered over and over again, "What about me, Lord? Did you skip my name on your list? Did my prayers hit a solid brass ceiling and bounce back down? Why is everyone else moving rapidly forward while I am permanently, painfully stuck in this waiting room?" Listen to my voice and let this divine truth penetrate the deepest, most wounded core of your identity tonight. Your blessing was never denied. It was never cancelled. Your paperwork was not lost in the courts of heaven, and you have absolutely, definitively not been forgotten. Your surprise has taken longer because it is entirely, exclusively custom-made. Think about the physical world you live in. A cheap, mass-produced item can be manufactured on a fast assembly line in a matter of seconds. It is common, it is fragile, and it breaks easily under pressure. But a custom-made, bespoke, priceless masterpiece takes immense amounts of time. The master jeweler must spend agonizing hours, days, and months shaping it, refining it, holding it to the fire, and perfecting every single microscopic detail before it is ready to be revealed. You have been looking at the quick, mass-produced blessings of others and wondering why yours has not arrived. It is because I have been painstakingly, lovingly crafting a bespoke, generational, mind-blowing blessing that is specifically tailored to your exact DNA, your exact earthly destiny, and your exact divine purpose. He has made everything beautiful in its time. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 11. Your time of waiting is officially over. The master jeweler has finished his work. The masterpiece is ready to be unveiled. But to unwrap a massive divine gift of this magnitude, your posture must drastically change. You cannot physically or spiritually hold the pure, heavy, abundant gold of your tomorrow if you are desperately, stubbornly clutching the rusted, toxic, painful chains of your yesterday. And so right now, as you lie in your bed, we are going to do a spiritual exercise of radical acceptance. I need you to prepare your physical vessel and your mental frequency to receive the absolute shock of this incoming surprise. I do not want you to focus on your heavy muscles or your tired bones right now. I want you to focus on the invisible energy in the room you are in. Feel the atmosphere around your bed. Just a few minutes ago, it felt heavy with worry. It felt thick with the anxiety of tomorrow's obligations. But I am actively changing the frequency of this space. Can you feel the shift? The air is becoming lighter. The heavy, suffocating pressure on your chest is dissolving, replaced by a warm, radiant, glowing sensation of holy anticipation. I want you to take your right hand and place it gently over your own heart. Feel the steady, persistent beating inside your chest. That heartbeat is not just a biological function. It is a ticking countdown to your miracle. With every single beat, I am commanding your spirit to wake up to the reality of my goodness. I want you to silently declare to yourself right now, I am ready for my surprise. I release my fear of the unknown. I completely trust the God who is keeping me awake tonight. The things you thought were completely dead in your life are about to resurrect. The financial avenues you thought were permanently blocked are about to overflow with resources you did not even work for. I am about to hand you the keys to rooms you do not even have the earthly qualifications to enter. Now that you have placed your hand over your heart and felt the divine countdown of your own pulse, I need to speak to you about the intense, agonizing delay you have endured. I know the secret, painful question that has been burning in the back of your mind for years. You have looked at the trajectory of your life. You have looked at the relentless series of letdowns, and you have asked me in the dark, Lord, why do I have such terrible luck? Why is it that every single time I take one step forward, some unseen force violently pushes me 2 steps back? Why do opportunities always seem to slip through my fingers at the absolute last second? You have watched the contract fall through at the 11th hour. You have watched the relationship you thought was finally the one mysteriously shatter without explanation. You have watched the promotion go to someone far less qualified, far less dedicated than you. And in those devastating moments of rejection, the enemy of your soul slithered into your thoughts and whispered a paralyzing lie. He told you that you are cursed. He told you that you carry bad karma. He told you that you are fundamentally flawed, that you are a magnet for tragedy, and that you are destined to live a life of permanent, exhausting struggle while everyone else thrives. I am stepping into your room tonight to permanently crush that lie into dust. I am not joking when I say this. You have never been cursed. You have never been the victim of random, cosmic bad luck. What you have been experiencing is not a rejection from heaven. It is the agonizing, immense pressure of a divine holding pattern. I want you to visualize a massive, towering concrete dam built across a raging river. For years, you have been standing on the dry side of the valley, looking at the cracked earth, wondering why the water of my blessings has completely stopped flowing into your life. You thought the river had dried up. You thought I had cut off your supply. But what you could not see, what your human eyes were incapable of perceiving, was that on the other side of that dam, the water was rapidly, relentlessly accumulating. I was not withholding my blessings from you to punish you. I was building a massive, unprecedented reservoir of favor, wealth, and vindication. If I had let the water flow to you 3 years ago, or even 3 months ago, it would have been a small, temporary stream. It would have quenched your thirst for a day, but it would not have changed your generational trajectory. But because I held it back, because I allowed the delay, the pressure behind that dam has now reached an absolutely staggering, incalculable level. The water level is overflowing the banks of the spiritual realm. And tonight, as I keep you awake in the stillness of this room, I am telling you that I am blowing the dam wide open. The massive surprise I have prepared for you is the sudden, explosive, unstoppable flood of everything that has been held back from you for the past decade. It is all rushing toward you at once. The delay is officially over. The waiting room is permanently closed. I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten. Joel chapter 2, verse 25. Let us speak specifically about the restoration of your lost years and the shocking financial surprise that is hurtling toward your life. I see the visceral, cold, paralyzing terror that grips your throat when you think about your finances. I know the sickening feeling in the pit of your stomach when you have to check your bank balance. I see you sitting at your kitchen table, bathed in the harsh glow of your phone screen, frantically calculating, moving numbers around, and feeling a suffocating wave of panic because there is simply too much month at the end of the money. You have been operating under a heavy demonic spirit of lack for so long that your brain has literally been rewired to expect poverty. You have become terrified of the mail, terrified of unexpected phone calls, terrified of an emergency because you know you do not have the safety net to survive it. You feel like a slave to your debt. The borrower is slave to the lender. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 7. And this slavery has stolen your joy, stolen your peace, and stolen your ability to dream. But hear the supreme, terrifying, unshakable authority of the Creator of the universe right now. The spirit of poverty over your bloodline is officially broken tonight. The massive surprise I have prepared for you does not make logical, mathematical, or earthly sense. I am not restricted by your current salary. I am not limited by the global economy, the inflation rates, or the decisions of your government. I am Jehovah Jireh. I own the silver, I own the gold, and I own the cattle on 1,000 hills. Haggai chapter 2, verse 8. The wealth of this world is entirely at my absolute disposal. You have been weeping over the money that was stolen from you, the unfair wages you were paid, and the unexpected expenses that drained your savings. But I want to teach you a high spiritual law tonight. Heaven pays compound interest. For every single tear you have cried over your finances, for every dollar that was unjustly taken from you, for every promotion you were unfairly denied, I have been adding divine interest to your heavenly account. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, but the wealth of the sinner is stored up for the righteous. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 22. The massive surprise I am unlocking for you tonight is a sudden, shocking transfer of wealth and resources. I am about to shock you with unexpected checks in the mail. I am about to shock you with sudden debt cancellations that defy explanation. I am actively planting your name in the minds of people in positions of extreme power and influence. People you have never even met, but who hold the keys to lucrative contracts, massive promotions, and life-altering opportunities. They will feel a sudden, unexplainable urge to favor you, to hire you, and to elevate you. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, like the rivers of water. He turns it wherever he wishes. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. I am turning the hearts of decision-makers directly toward you. But the surprise I have orchestrated is not merely financial. I am also bringing you a massive, shocking surprise of absolute vindication. I know how deeply you have been hurt by the people who looked down on you during your season of struggle. I know the names of the family members, the former friends, and the colleagues who judged you. They looked at your delay, they looked at your empty hands, and they secretly whispered that you were a failure. They mocked your faith, they questioned your choices, they left you out in the cold and assumed you would simply fade away into irrelevance. My beautiful, resilient, battle-tested child, I am about to flip the script of your life so violently and so publicly that it will leave your enemies completely speechless. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. Psalm chapter 23, verse 5. I am not going to bless you in secret. I am going to elevate you, prosper you, and crown you with such undeniable, glowing, radiant favor that the very people who rejected you will have to stand back and watch you rise. They will be forced to acknowledge that the hand of the Almighty God is unmistakably upon your life. I am returning your dignity, your honor, and your completely restored reputation. However, to step into the explosive reality of this massive surprise, you must undergo a critical mental shift right now in the stillness of your bed. You cannot receive a brand new, luxurious, abundant reality if you are still wearing the filthy, ragged, torn garments of a victim. You have worn the identity of a struggling survivor for so long that you do not even know who you are without your trauma. You have bonded with your pain. I am asking you to strip off that old identity tonight. Right now, in your mind's eye, I want you to vividly imagine taking off a heavy, soaking wet, freezing cold, lead-lined coat. That coat represents your anxiety, your financial terror, your bad luck, and your fear of the future. Imagine letting it slip off your shoulders and crash onto the floor. Step out of it. Step away from it. Do not look back at it. Now, imagine me wrapping a brilliant, warm, weightless, glowing robe of pure golden light around your shoulders. This is the robe of righteousness. This is the garment of royalty. You are a child of the Most High King. You are a joint heir with Jesus Christ. Romans chapter 8, verse 17. When you finally close your eyes tonight, you are not going to sleep as a victim of circumstance. You are going to sleep as a royal heir who has just been informed that their massive generational inheritance has cleared the bank. I want you to feel the physical sensation of profound relief flooding your body. Imagine the literal, heavy iron chains of your debt dissolving into sparkling, weightless dust. Imagine the suffocating dark cloud of depression that has followed you everywhere instantly evaporating into a clear, brilliant blue sky. You are safe now. The period of your intense testing is officially over. You have passed the test of the wilderness. You remained faithful when you had absolutely nothing. You continued to seek my face even when the heavens felt like solid brass. You passed the test, my beloved. And now, the season of your staggering reward has arrived. Now that you have released your heavy, suffocating burdens, and your spirit has been radically realigned to receive the massive, life-altering surprise I have prepared for you. The heavy lifting of this night is officially over. The spiritual transaction has been successfully completed in the heavenly realms. You do not need to fight your wakefulness anymore. The divine appointment has been fulfilled, and I am now giving your physical body and your exhausted mind complete, unrestricted, guilt-free permission to finally shut down and rest. Let the soothing, rhythmic, steady pulse of my unconditional love wash over you right now, flowing over your bed like a gentle, warm, endlessly comforting ocean tide. Listen closely to the calm, unwavering cadence of my voice in the absolute quietness of your room. I am speaking directly to your exhausted, overworked nervous system right now. I am actively commanding the corrosive cortisol, the excess adrenaline, and the heavy toxic panic that has flooded your fragile veins for months to completely, permanently subside. I am stepping in to heal your physical body from the immense, silent, agonizing toll that chronic stress, sleepless nights, and deep emotional trauma have taken on it. I know the physical aches you carry. I know the chronic burning pain in your back, your neck, and your heavy shoulders from carrying psychological burdens that were never yours to carry in the first place. I know the unexplainable, bone-deep fatigue that makes your limbs feel like solid lead when you simply try to get out of bed in the morning. I know the terrifying physical symptoms of your anxiety that made your heart race, stole your peace, and sent you spiraling into a dark abyss of fear. Listen to me. I am the great physician. I am the sovereign architect of your entire cellular structure. By the holy, redeeming, bloody stripes of my Son, Jesus Christ, you are completely, irrevocably, supernaturally healed. Isaiah chapter 53, verse 5. I am sending a pure, divine, restorative healing frequency through your entire bloodstream right now, from the crown of your head to the very soles of your feet. I am commanding your cells, your organs, and your immune system to perfectly align with my original, flawless, divine design. I am aggressively flushing out sickness, disease, inflammation, and chronic pain. I am restoring your lost vitality, giving you the fierce, undeniable, soaring strength of an eagle, so that you may run and not grow weary, walk and not be faint. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. Feel the soothing, miraculous, heavy warmth of my healing hand resting gently upon your chest in this exact moment. Let the heavy, demanding physical world around you fade entirely into the background. The fierce, bloody battles of today are officially, permanently over. The sun has set on your worries, and you have successfully survived 100% of your hardest, darkest days. You have made it to this very moment, and I want you to hear your Creator say, I am so incredibly, deeply proud of you. You have endured dark, violent storms that would have completely broken and destroyed others. Yet here you are, still breathing, still listening, still seeking my face, still holding on to the fragile, beautiful, golden thread of faith. Let me take that thin thread from your trembling hands right now and turn it into an unbreakable, massive iron anchor for your soul. I want you to close your eyes. Let your eyelids become incredibly heavy. You do not need to figure out the solutions to your life's complex, terrifying puzzles tonight. You do not need to have all the answers. You only need to know the one who holds every single answer in the palm of his mighty hand. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. Revelation chapter 22, verse 13. I am already standing securely in your tomorrow, completely managing, organizing, and resolving the terrifying details you are so worried about today. When you lay your head deep into your pillow tonight, I want you to vividly visualize yourself physically taking your heart, with all of its cracks, bandages, and bruises, and placing it gently into my vast, glowing, scarred hands. It is entirely safe here. Nothing in this universe can snatch you out of my hand. John chapter 10, verse 28. As you drift into the quiet, velvet embrace of sleep, I am placing a massive, terrifying legion of my strongest, most fierce, towering warrior angels around the 4 exact corners of your bed. I am placing them around the doors and windows of your home and around the minds of your loved ones. You are completely enclosed in an impenetrable, blazing divine fortress. The name of the Lord is a fortified tower. The righteous run to it and are safe. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. No evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague or disaster come near your dwelling. Psalm 91, verse 10. While your physical body rests and repairs, I do not. I am the sovereign God who never slumbers and never ever sleeps. Psalm 121, verse 4. I am going to work the night shift on your behalf tonight. While your conscious mind is quiet, I will be speaking directly to your subconscious. I will be meticulously unwiring the deep-rooted trauma that has kept you trapped in a perpetual state of fear and defensive survival. I will be smoothing out the deep, chaotic, tangled wrinkles of anxiety in your brain. I will be pouring the soothing, warm, golden oil of my Holy Spirit over your most painful, hidden, traumatic memories, extracting the agonizing sting and leaving only pure wisdom, grace, and peace. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be incredibly sweet. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 24. Listen to the steady rhythm of your own heartbeat in the absolute silence of your room. Badum, badum. With every single beat of your heart, hear me whispering directly into your sleeping spirit. I love you. I am with you. You are safe. I love you. I am with you. You are safe. Let that divine, eternal, loving rhythm lull you into the deepest, most restorative, most profoundly peaceful sleep you have experienced in years. In peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. Psalm chapter 4, verse 8. Let the natural darkness of your room be completely overshadowed by the blinding, brilliant, protective light of my holy presence standing guard over you. Do not carry the heavy, dirty, contaminated baggage of today's worries into tomorrow's pristine, untouched morning. And this is where I must remind you of the very first words I spoke to you when we began tonight. I am not joking. I am not joking about the massive surprise that is waiting to detonate in your life. The dawn that is rapidly approaching your window is not just another mundane spin of the earth. It is the physical manifestation of the miracle I promised you. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Lamentations chapter 3, verses 22 and 23. When the very first ray of morning light touches your window, I do not want you to immediately reach for your phone. I do not want you to invite the frantic, terrifying, toxic noise of the world back into your sacred mental space before you have even opened your eyes. When you wake up, I want your very first waking thought to be one of profound, electric expectation. I want you to take a deep breath and expect the shock of my goodness. Expect divine, unmerited, staggering favor to locate you tomorrow. Expect an email that completely changes your financial trajectory. Expect a phone call that brings the exact, miraculous good news you have been crying out for on your knees. Expect heavy, rusted iron doors to swing wide open effortlessly. Doors that you previously bruised your knuckles trying to bang down. Expect a sudden, undeniable, miraculous shift in the atmosphere of your home and your workplace. Expect the heavy, suffocating cloud of depression to lift, instantly replaced by a strange, beautiful, bubbling joy that you cannot logically or scientifically explain. I am making a miraculous, impossible way in your dense, terrifying wilderness, and I am carving out refreshing, life-giving streams in the dry, cracked wasteland of your circumstances. Isaiah chapter 43, verse 19. I am violently, miraculously parting your Red Sea, the Egyptian armies of debt, sickness, loneliness, and despair that have been relentlessly pursuing you to destroy you. Look at them now, because you will see them no more forever. Exodus chapter 14, verse 13. I am drowning your problems in the infinite, crashing ocean of my grace. You are deeply, profoundly, unconditionally loved. You are cherished beyond all human comprehension or capacity. You are absolutely necessary to this world. Your existence is not a cosmic accident. Someone desperately needs the specific, unique, brilliant light that only you carry. Do not ever let the darkness convince you that your story is over, or that your best days are a fading memory behind you. Your story is just now entering its most glorious, triumphant, breathtaking chapter. The severe, agonizing pain you have endured will be the very platform for your greatest, most impactful purpose. The tears you have cried are right now, in this very moment, watering the seeds of your immense incoming harvest. So rest now, my beloved, beautiful, weary warrior. The battle is no longer yours. The battle belongs to the Lord. 1 Samuel chapter 17 verse 47. You only need to stand completely still. Put down your heavy, rusted sword. Take off your dented, exhausted armor. Sleep in perfect, undisturbed, heavenly peace. You are entirely safe. You are fiercely held. You are completely, irreversibly mine. I love you more than human words could ever possibly convey, more than the human mind could ever possibly grasp. Close your eyes. Breathe in my grace. Exhale your doubts. Tomorrow morning, your massive surprise begins. I am with you. I love you. Rest. Thank you for receiving this divine message today. Remember, you are not here by accident. You have been specifically chosen to walk in the light and live in the presence of the Word. If this urgent message brought peace to your weary soul tonight, please subscribe to God's Infinite Embrace and turn on the notification bell so you never miss His prophetic guidance. Leave an amen in the comments right now to claim tomorrow's miracle over your life and your family. If this sanctuary has blessed you and you feel led to support our ministry, you can sow a seed of faith through the link in the description below. Your generosity helps us spread His healing light to more weary souls. Sleep in His perfect peace. Amen. Amen.